Howdy everybody, hey, this is Brian, Indiana Creek Gold, Rain Man, A3 Sky Warrior / Richard. Little mid-December prospecting. I'm going to do some late season deer hunting here a little later on. We're at a quandary on what to do. The water's a little high. I just been walking around looking at rocks, found part of a blade, little Indian artifact, cool quartzy chunky piece, and cool fossils. Not trying real hard, but we're debating on what to do. Right over there is that bar that me and Richard and Ron F have been worked all summer basically. We know there's gold over there. There's gold all over in here. We'd probably get sluices set up over there, but we're still debating on the game plan here. When I came down here, I was thinking there's pretty good water running down through here, and back this down, we'll go for a walk here. Last year, Richard and I, and then later on, Ron F and I prospected up here. Me and Ron ran the Highbanker, got into a bunch of gold. Me and Richard was running the RPE sluices in here when there's actually water running through here. I need to walking slow, walking by all kinds of artifacts and fossils. But yeah, like I said, it's about mid-December, and we were wanting to get out and have some fun. This up here is our tailing pile, or what was left of it from when Ron and I was here, and the water was up to here, okay, like I would be standing in water right now, but now it's down to here, and this is bedrock out in here. So I'm thinking we were finding all kind of gold just right up in here on the banks. I might try to set a sluice up down here. Richard might too. I'll talk to him about that. My plan. This stuff's easy to dig, easy to classify, and we got those deer sleds, so I drag 3 or 4 buckets at a time up there to where the sluices are at. This ain't gonna be a long drawn out affair today. Like I said, we're gonna do some deer hunting this evening. I'm gonna try to put Richard on a big old buck. Speaking of deer hunting, second rut has started. Watched a buck working a scrape last night. Their breeding season is usually November, mid-November. Well, late October, first part of November. It's usually over by 3rd week in November-ish. But does that did not get bred that didn't take, or young does that were born this year come in mid-December. And these are rubs on trees from November rut. But I watched the buck down over the hill last night working a scrape. It was still wet from where he peed on it. So second rut is in, so I'm gonna try to get Richard on one of the nice bucks we got running around there on the property tonight. So hopefully we'll have a video of Richard's deer tonight. But we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. I think I know what I'm gonna try to do, and we shall return. Oh, Indiana boys getting that gold. Richard! It was supposed to be sunny this afternoon, Richard. Damn it. Alright, we're going with our plan here. Bucket there. Going to get 4 more of those. And I did some pest hands. And my phone was back there in my backpack at the time. I don't know why. But I was getting specks of gold. I mean, 3 or 4 up to like 7, 8 in each shovel full, basically, of little flower gold, slug gold, just in the surface stuff. Bedrock is a foot down right here. So, yeah, I am basically dry classifying this stuff. Seeing how that XP classifier only fits in the XP pan, I'm just setting this stuff on the bucket, shoveling it in, losing some stuff. There's stuff still going to be stuck to the rocks, but I don't care. We're just sort of playing around, and we'll get that stuff next year. So that's what we're doing, and I will show you a bit of how easy this is working actually. I lose my glove there, but I'll just do a shovel this time. Bam, there's material in there. So that's what we're doing here. Get down to that darker material. And plus I can see all the fossils and stuff like that. Really nice piece of quartz, one right there. But yeah, we'll get with it when I'll come back when we are running material. We get these buckets filled up. We're filling up our 4th bucket here, and I'm down to where we're scraping bedrock down here. And I want to show you something. A lot of you guys have these XPs. They don't fit in the bucket, they fit in your XP pan. But what I have found, and you're going to lose some, but set that down in there where the lip is sitting on top of your bucket, and you can't have a whole lot of material in there. Bump that up against there. There you go. Not ideal, like I said, and you'll lose some material, but yeah, you can get by. So I got 2 buckets of basically surface gold. Well, 2 buckets getting down to the dark stuff to where I was scraping bedrock down here. And I keep finding a bunch of fewer pieces of quartz. I realize that's probably really loud. Alright, we're going to get this last bucket done, and we'll be back. Alright, we are rolling, sort of. I don't have enough water flow, basically, is the issue. Got sort of a sag here in the middle. That bottom is not running off like it should. Drop it down some. But I don't necessarily recommend this, especially if you're serious about, you know, the gold you get, which we're not really right now, but it looks like there's a piece right there. I don't have enough water flow coming in here. So, look what I did. I made this about a 5-inch opening, basically. Alright. See, I Put that across there so all the water's coming in hot right here. And then instead of the material not moving at all, which I usually classify as smaller than this, I've directed the water into this right here and just been throwing a scoop at a time right here, and it's been feeding fine. Like I said, this down here is sort of loading up, but it's all right. We'll drop it down and let it run off before we clean up. But it's moving material. I mean, a scoop at a time. So I'm good with it. So we're just sort of playing around. But this is the way, without fighting it, without moving it, that I knew, because I've done this over the hill at my house before when the water's been real low. You know, I cut, you know, the water flow across the sluice in half and directed it, and figured out that it worked for me. But that's where we're at. This is, I think, one of the first buckets that we pulled off, basically surface material. Put this stuff back over there. Again, not optimal, as I usually classify down to just above A's, and a few, the homemade classifier I have has A's and a few 1/4-inch holes too. Make sure those nuggets don't get by. But like I said, this is one of those adapt and overcome things. When you're on the water, things ain't quite right. And I mean, I'll be another 20 minutes or better trying to set up somewhere else. So we're just going with it. But yeah, that's just a little trick to keep in mind, you all, because it definitely works. And then you got all this figured out. See, that's just loading up there. That's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I doubt I'm losing that gold. What do you bet? Rock right there. Alright, let's clean some material off now. So let's see what happens here. Let that do its thing. There's a big rock right there at the end. That was made a big bow. I got my sleeves all wet. Alright, we'll let that figure it out. Start feeding her. So definitely not optimal setup, folks, but this is what it took to make it move material. Richard said he had a nice piece up in the top of his RPE sluice, and blew out. So I don't know whether it caught down ripples or what. That happens. Leaves are really bad. Go clean it out. Don't want to take up too much time. I want to go get Richard on a big old deer. I'll probably take a couple buckets home. That stuff that's right down off the bedrock, I might take home. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, horrible, horrible, horrible. obviously something underneath there. Right there. Alright, let me get off here and try to figure this out. We shall be back. Loading up. My camera is all weirded out there for a minute. I'm gonna let that stuff run. Go grab another bucket. It's getting about 3 o'clock. It's about 20 till 3. Should be getting in the tree stand here really soon. So I'm gonna run another bucket at least. So I've got 2 buckets. I don't know. Depending on, we'll see how bad Richard wants to go deer hunting compared to finding gold. So we'll let him decide that while we grab another bucket. One without a handle. My back and hip are killing me. Cold don't help. Feet are getting cold. Got a $150 pair of boots at home that Megan got for me last year for Christmas. Rubber boots, 1,000 grams of tennis plate. I can be out into low 20s, you know, with a pair of wool socks and my feet not get real cold. Found out last night they have a hole in them. So, but it can't be repaired. There's a fossil on there. By golly. But we're out finding gold in December. By golly. We are. And we know Richard should be on gold up there, because between me, him, and old Ron S, we hauled a lot of gold out of there this year. Plus my 0.38 gram chunker. So yeah. Gold there. My thought is go work this flood gold and give us something to play with when the snow's flying, get the blue bowl out. I was talking to Chris, old Chef the other day. I was doing some panning and yeah, being sort of sloppy with my panning and just dumping. If I just had a speck or two in the pan going through ponds, I'd just dumping it in. With my tailings, because I'm going to classify all that and run it through the blue bowl. low flow sluice hack. Narrow that baby down, direct that flow even more. Got the high pressure spray going on there for about 5 inches. Definitely not optimum, but it's working, and my sluice has been pulled back when I was spreading around, obviously. There we go. Alright, well, I'm going to jump off here and feed this bucket real quick so we can get loaded up and get Richard to the woods. Alright. Ran 2 2/3 full buckets. I don't believe those are all chunks of gold in there. But hopefully there's some. That bottom is slowly figuring itself out. So say let's take a walk up here. Talk to Richard, see what he wants to do. We need to be heading to the woods if he's going to deer hunt, but I know he can deer hunt there at his place. I know it's been sort of slow. But he can't prospect up there. You know, so puts him kind of a quandary. I ain't good with whatever. Going at it, working the honey hole, staying on bedrock right now. Lots of gold, lots of fossils over there. So I figured out a game plan and we shall return. Still not sure what we're doing yet, but here, fossil, fossil, fossil. Cool. This one gets wet. Focus. Don't know if that's an Indian tool, but may not be. Several different color phases of quartz there, like we always do, and hopefully some gold in the RPE sluice out here. Let's get a drink here. It's been running for 15 minutes or so, 20, now probably 15. Let it clean out. I need to grab a pan. I guess I got 2 buckets there. Let's go pull this thing. See if there's any gold. Oh God, my back is killing me. It's getting cold, folks. My feet are freezing. I said, these are not insulated boots whatsoever. Mine are good rubber boots. But I think they're actually muck brand, maybe. But yeah. It's cold. Water's cold. Not seeing any obvious chunkers in there. But let's pull this baby out of here and get a little better look. I'm gonna have to shut this down. Shutting it down, boys and girls. Alright, so on video yesterday, I mean, when I cleaned the RPE out, I was saying I couldn't tell if there was gold in there. I couldn't. But there was gold. Take a look at that little bitty, that micro gold. That's some little bitty gold, some of it. And it looks like basically all that shiny Canadian gold or glacial gold. But not bad at all for I said $1.50 of material. Freezing her ass off, but having a good time with there's a piece of that orange gold, Carolina gold right there. Good friend Richard. So A3 Sky Warrior, Ron couldn't make it down. He was getting stuff ready for his 1K giveaway and such. Had some other stuff, but appreciate it, y'all. Well, I didn't see any obvious gold up here. Zoom in. Yeah, well, maybe we can see something here. So I expect that the gold that we did find will be pretty fine gold, flour gold. And I did just dump this, I haven't rinsed it out. But yeah, more ponds to go through. So I'm going to stand this up and get the other bucket with some water and clean this out. And my fingers are freezing. I appreciate you tagging along on another adventure here, gold prospecting in Indiana with the Indiana boys. You all take care, and see you next time. Get out there and get that gold.